Coming up on the Sports Desk. Hey, the Lakers might not be winning basketball games, but guess what? Somebody in this town sure is. The Bishop Montgomery Knights off to a red-hot start to their season. Do they believe all the hype, or are they the real deal? Plus, the West High boys lace up under the lights in their first chance to play at night this year. Doesn't happen often, so you know we aren't going to miss it. And for all you Elko Warriors fans, we take a quick look back at some of the highlights that made the last few months of 2012 a memorable one for them. All that coming up and more right here on the Sports Desk. Hey there, Torrance. I'm Wan Hernandez. Welcome to our last show with up-to-date scores and highlights of the year, right here on the Sports Desk. This week, we're going to start off on the hardwood with the blazing hot Bishop Montgomery Knights, but boys in black and gold, they're no Cinderella story. Coming into the season, one of the top-ranked teams in California, winning under head coach Doug Mitchell is really just the standard. Letitia Cahy caught up with the Knights against PV Peninsula to see if they're living up to their own lofty standards.
They say the best offense is a good defense. If anyone disagrees with that, they should take a look at this Bishop Montgomery game versus Palos Verdes Peninsula. In the first quarter, off the steal, Justin Bibbins behind his back takes it down court. For the lay-in, he finishes with 6. Then Stephen Thompson Jr., forcing a turnover, goes the other way and gets the easy bucket, and he's not finished yet. Again, the Knights get the steal. Nico Filipovic finds Thompson down court, and he banks it in. Thompson with 12 on the night. Then, in the third quarter, Lamont Murray Jr. getting it done from the outside, nails the 3 to make sure his team finishes strong, and they do, beating Peninsula at home 66-44.
Tonight at Bishop Montgomery High School, they hosted a doubleheader for the boys and girls basketball teams where they had their way. Both teams walked away with the win, and the boys improved their record to 5-0 on the season, coming in preseason ranked 19th in the state. They're hoping to prove everybody wrong while taking home the state title.
But we made sure not to let the hype get to our heads and keep trying playing hard and keep practicing hard so that we could show everybody that we're actually a better team than what we're ranked.
And it's a mature team, so I have high expectations of them, and I'm not going to allow them not to play good consistently. The guys think they're going to be good. They have a lot of confidence in themselves. They probably thought they were ranked too low, knowing my guys, so I don't think it's more pressure. We expect to be ranked. We expect to be good.
And is this a measuring stick for you, or are you pretty comfortable with where you guys stand right now?
I guess comfortable would be a good word, not satisfied. I think we're off to a good start, but I think we can grow a lot as a team.
Thanks for that, Letitia. The 66-44 win from the boys, accompanied by some W's from the ladies as well. Like she said, the girls team actually had a busy run the rest of the week. First off, that matchup against PV Penn, a 51-39 non-league rout. The Knights only allowed 3 points in the first quarter of that one, building a 21-3 cushion right off the top. In the 56-40 win over Palos Verdes, again another quick start with an impressive first half. The ladies go into the half with a 23-point lead at 34-11. That allows them to sit their starters the entire fourth quarter and check off another W. And over the weekend, they take on Lake Oswego. Some of you not going to like this part. Promise, guys, I'm not a Laker hater at all. Just a little too ironic right now with the mess over at Staples. Lake Oswego's mascot, you guessed it, it's the Lakers. They get lapped by the Knights 70-33. Apparently, Lake Oswego holding out for, I don't know, maybe a 38-year-old point guard to come back from injury also. So both Knights squads off to impressive starts before the holidays. Just one loss between the two teams so far. I know it's early on in the season. We haven't even gotten into league play, but you know both teams are going to expect deep CIF playoff runs. All right, let's check out some other basketball scores from around town now. First up in the PV El Segundo shootout, South loses to Harvard Westlake in the second round. It's a close one, a one-possession game, 56-44 loss. No problem as they bounce back and win a follow-up game, another close one to advance to the third-place game against PV in the local tourney. The Tartars getting in on the postseason tourney action. They take down Laguna Hills 60-39 in the consolation semifinal game of the Charlie Wilkins tournament at Westminster. Corey Catani has 19 points in that one. Brett Akahiji, in his second game back after a broken foot, put him out for 6 months. He adds 5 points in 3 minutes on the floor. And over in the Beverly Hills Invitational, West beats Lusinger before taking the third-place finish in the Invitational against Cabrillo. That game going into overtime. The Warriors were outscored 32-15 in the second half. Then they go on a 9-2 run in OT to improve to 5-3 overall. Meanwhile, North bows out of the Invitational with a 63-52 win over Hollywood in the consolation third-round game. Then they take on St. Bernard over the weekend and win that one 70-53. All right, everybody, coming up after the break, you had enough basketball? Well, either way, we're moving on to soccer anyway. West is under the lights against Bellflower when we come back to the Sports Desk.
They fought for social change. They fought against tyrants. They fought for human rights. Yet behind these achievements are individuals who waged a more personal war. They fought the struggle against mental illness, and they won.
One of my biggest passions in life is animals. That's why I've worked with Morris Animal Foundation for over 40 years. Morris Animal Foundation is a world leader in helping animals live longer, healthier lives. Like my favorite, dogs, of course. Well, maybe kitty cats are the best. I also like horses. Some of my best friends are apes. Elephants. Elephants are so wonderful. And who wouldn't want to cuddle up with a tiger? Oh, am I kidding? I love them all. The point is, Morris Animal Foundation is giving animals a healthier tomorrow. You can too. Just show your support at morrisanimalfoundation.org. It's all about a healthier tomorrow. And at my age, I'm all about that.
To help cats, dogs, horses, and wildlife live healthier lives, visit morrisanimalfoundation.org, where we are advancing science that will create a healthier tomorrow for animals.
Happy holidays from West High Soccer!
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Sports Desk. Like I said, we gave you the lowdown from the hardwood. Time to move over to the pitch. Every year, the West Warriors get just a couple chances to play soccer under the lights at their home stadium. The first of those matches this season, you remember what the weather's been like lately, and by our spoiled Southern California standards, it was a cold night. Giselle Roberts braved the sub-60-degree elements to bring you that highlight.
First half action, West strikes first to go up 1-0. After that first early goal, West looked like they were headed for a blowout with this second goal, but it was disallowed. West missed scoring opportunity after scoring opportunity, which opened the door for Bellflower to come back and tie the game on this goal. Despite numerous shots on goal in the second half, West just couldn't manage to put the ball in the net. Although they'd hoped for a tie, there were a lot of positives that West is taking from this game.
I think we're playing with a lot of good fast pace. It's a pace we haven't really seen before. We've been missing some crucial players, but we finally got them back for this game, and things are looking up for us. We definitely need to get those goals in. I think we've only had 3 so far, so if we can keep getting goals, keep defending well, I think we'll be on a good path for Bay League.
It goes back to the pace. We've played a few games where the pace was not where we wanted it to be, and today, everyone was kind of better on page and going at the rate we wanted them to.
In what was the first of 2 night games that West will host this season, the Warriors were looking to get a win in non-league play. In their previous 5 games, West had recorded only 1 win to go along with 2 ties and 2 losses. Despite going up early tonight, West emerged with yet another tie. I spoke with Coach Mike Shimizu, and he told me that West really needs to capitalize on all the missed opportunities and get that insurance goal in the next game. Reporting live from West High, I'm Giselle Roberts for the Sports Desk.
Thanks, Giselle. So the Warriors finishing with another tie. Clearly this is a team with some potential, but at this point in the season, still too hard to tell which way the Warriors will go. Win one, lose one, tie one, but you heard it from Coach Shimizu himself. If these boys are going to win, he expects them to start scoring more and making the most of those opportunities. At South High, apparently plenty of opportunities when the Spartans took on Culver City. They capitalize on what they get. Matt Mitchell gets a hat trick, accounting for all the offense of the day. On the other side of the pitch, South deploys 2 goalkeepers. Andrew Perriez has 4 saves, and Asher Stratton has 3 of his own to pitch a shutout over the Centaurs. Meanwhile, the Knights get their first win of the season. Huge monkey off their backs as Bishop takes down PV Penn with a 2-0 victory. They've faced some good competition all season long. The Knights now at 1-4-2, looking to move forward after Mark Gehrig and Jonathan Kim. Yes, Jonathan Kim, the kicker from the football team, drilled goals from 25 yards out. And last time we checked in with the North boys, they were starting to roll. 3 games since the last time we saw them here on the show. They drop a 2-1 match against Bellflower early in the week. Then they run into a wall against a solid Banning team. Banning, one of the quality Marine League teams, comes into Torrance. They run up a 4-0 tab against the Saxons. So that busy week for the Saxons starts off with 2 losses before heading out to Woodrow Wilson. All right, everybody, coming up after the break, more scores after the break, and we're going to give Jenny Phillips a chance to salute the El Camino Warriors in 2012 as she breaks down some of the top moments in Warrior sports in the last stretch of this year. We'll be right back with that, so hang around for more on the Sports Desk.
If I ride, I will know the way the trees smell after the rain. I will grow a heart so strong that hospitals will take Tuesdays off. If I ride, road rage will turn into laughter, and oil tankers will haul chocolate milk. And I won't be a boy or a girl. I will just be a rider.
We are this close.
We are this close.
To like modest.
We're this close.
This close to making history.
This close.
We are this close.
We are this close.
This close.
This close to changing the world. We are this close to making sure no child suffers a crippling disease
ever again.
We are this close to making history.
We are this close to ending polio.
This close to ending polio.
We're this close.
This close.
This close to ending polio.
This close.
We are this close to ending polio. All we need is you.
All we need is you.
All we need is you.
Is you.
We are this close. This close.
If we don't act now, we may lose this chance forever. Help Rotary make history at endpolionow.org.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Sports Desk. We've got another feature for you coming up in a minute, but first, let's get back to some more soccer scores. You saw the boys' updates. Check out what some of the girls have done around town the last week. Early in the week, the Tartars off to a tremendous start to their 2012-2013 season. They start off 7-0, including a blowout win over defending Bay League champions Peninsula. In those first 7 wins, Torrance outscores their opponents 34-3. That's like one really bad Super Bowl score right there. Tartars lighting up the scoreboard. The South Spartans, another local force, they take on unbeaten Power Miracosta and end up with a 0-0 tie. In that matchup, no goals, but South doubled up in scoring opportunities, fighting off 10 scoring chances from the Mustangs against their 5. Second half of the week, did you see this one coming? Of course, the 2 red-hot, undefeated Torrance teams are gonna meet. Why would I spend so much time building it up? South and West face off in that quarterfinals match we talked about last week with the Spartans pitching a shutout. They move on to play the Tartars in the semis and hand Torrance their first loss of the season. So at 8-1, the Tartars get the 3rd place game against Redondo, and South moves on to the final in their home tourney against Peninsula. And in that final, the Spartans fall to PV Penn. 0-0 tie most of the way until Peninsula gets on the board in the 78th minute. South answers right back within a minute to tie it at 1, but they lose the shooters duel after regulation, and the Spartans wrap up their tourney with a 2nd place finish. And one last score to update you on: North and West get together on the mat for the 4th annual Battle of the Bay at North High. North remains undefeated in the now annual non-league dual matchup. The Saxons take down the Warriors with a 36-25 win. So plenty of great soccer teams around town this winter, and a couple solid wrestling programs getting things going as well. We're going to be at as many games, matches, anything we can handle as possible over the next couple months. League season for basketball, soccer, and wrestling are getting underway all pretty much around the 2nd week of the new year. We've obviously had a lot to check out in preseason action, so Everybody should be at full speed by the time Pioneer League, Bay League, and Del Rey League contests get going. I'll tell you right now, CIF playoff time, going to be a crazy one here in a couple months. But of course, that covers prep sports this week, and we couldn't forget the El Camino Warriors and all the action going down on their campus. The Warriors basketball squads are underway as well, but this week, our Jenny Phillips wanted to take a look back at Elko's fall sports. Here, she brings you just a few top moments in El Camino athletics for the fall of 2012.
After a few rough pre-conference games, the Warrior football team opens up conference play and takes on Long Beach City College. Having struggled to connect and get the ball moving the first few weeks, the Warriors finally clicked on all sides of the ball for an impressive beatdown. These guys showed a lot of life, scoring on offense, defense, and special teams. Final score of that one, 59-7. Number 2, Ariel Carrillo's record-breaking season for the women's water polo team. She broke both El Camino's all-time assist and single-season assist records. That's 35 assists on the season and 60 for her career at Elko. On to number 1. This one's a little bittersweet. El Camino celebrated Murdoch Madness this fall in honor of the historic Murdoch Stadium that will be soon torn down for a new sports complex. A lot of memories have been made in this stadium, from tough losses to state championships. Emotions ran high as the Warriors played the last game ever in Murdoch. This stadium, this field, and all the blood, sweat, and tears left on it will forever be remembered by the Warrior family.
Thanks for that, Jenny. Hey, what else do you want to see on the Sports Desk? You know I'm going to ask you every single week. Send us a call or an email anytime to give us the lowdown on a special story around town. Something off the court, off the field that we can share with the rest of the South Bay. Whatever it is, we love to hear from you people who watch the show with us every single week. You got the number right there, and of course our email address, thesportsdesk@torranceca.gov. Okay, there it is, everybody. Guess what? Next time you see us, it's going to be our last of the year. That wraps it up for highlights and action around town this year. We'll see you next week.